Morning, everybody. My name is Bill Snyder. I'm a Vice President of Operations at the Lubrizol Corporation. We're the parent company for Chemtool. So I'd just like to make a few brief remarks. First of all, I want to extend our gratitude and thanks to Chief Wilson, all the local, state agencies, and the many first responders that are involved in the incident response. We're extremely grateful for their effort. We're also grateful for the fact that there were 70 Chemtool employees in the facility at the time the fire broke out, and they're all safe. Everyone got out safely, and we're grateful to those Chemtool employees and leaders who were able to effect the right kind of a response and make sure everybody got to safety. Also like to just apologize on behalf of the company to the community. It's obviously a very severe impact, and we apologize to the people that had to be evacuated, whose property and other things may have been impacted by the fire. We're here to support the community. We're going to do everything we can to do the right thing and support not only Chief Wilson and all the other resources in terms of addressing the fire and effecting the right emergency response, but also in supporting the community in the aftermath of the cleanup. For example, I can communicate that we've already partnered with local Red Cross, local food bank, making donations, supporting those in the community who are seeking services from those agencies. I think the other thing I can say is, the Chemtool business has operated on the site since 2008. Lubrizol's owned the company since 2012. We've operated safely all of those years. We've invested, tens of millions of dollars of capital, about half of which was related to safety improvements in the facility, and we're just really heartbroken by what happened and its impact on the community in particular. We have our own experts. We've partnered with a number of private contractors that we brought into the site and made phone calls yesterday morning in the early hours of the incident. So we made contact with U.S. Fire Pump that Chief Wilson made mention of. We have contractors that have expertise in spill prevention and spill cleanup and remediation, just to help assist with the other agency resources that are on site. We also contracted with some experts for air monitoring and water monitoring, just to supplement and cooperate and coordinate with what the agencies are already doing. And we're going to continue to cooperate fully with the firefighting response, with the community support, and with the investigation that the authorities will lead after the fire. So I think the last thing I would say is, what we've talked about it in our press release, but what we manufacture on the site are finished greases, and grease, if anybody knows about automobiles and industrial machines, you know what a grease is, and other industrial fluids and lubricants. We have our own expertise, and we're partnered with the agencies. We know all the materials that were in the building. We have expert toxicology that we're using to help consult with the agencies on air quality, on whether or not there's any potential harm, and based on everything we know about the materials that are present at the site and about what happens when they're involved in a fire, we don't foresee any concern over short or long-term health impacts as a result of the fire. Of course, there could be some normal short-term irritation that you might experience if you're exposed to smoke from a fire, but other than that, we don't foresee any short or long-term impacts. So we're really here to apologize, to support our employees, to support the communities, and just do everything we can to support Chief Wilson and all the other resources that are on site to effect the response.
Mr. Snyder,
Yes.
there's a woman I interviewed at the Red Cross shelter. She's tired. She's with her two cats, very frightened. And one thing that she said this morning is that somebody didn't do their job, and that's why they had the accident, because it always turns out that way. What could you say to Catherine Markley sitting in that Red Cross shelter right now with her scared cat?
Yeah, I can only empathize, and apologize. We operate 60 chemical plants around the world. Lubrizol will be a 100-year-old company in the year 2028. One of these is too many. We never want to have one of these. And we do absolutely everything we can to be good neighbors in the communities in which we operate. And I can only apologize and just reiterate we're going to do everything we can to support her and all the other individuals that were impacted by the fire.
Are your experts indicating a cause to this yet?
We don't have any information. We're going to follow the lead of federal and local authorities on the investigation, and we're just really engaged in the event response at this time and making sure we're focused on that.
This time you're 70 employees. The workers, is there an update on what's going to happen? 70 workers obviously out of a job right now. Is there any?
Well, right now nobody's out of a job, right? Obviously the facility's a loss. You know, we're going to support our employees, full pay, full benefits. We also have counseling services for anybody that needs or wants those kind of services, free of charge, company provision that's available to employees. So we're going to continue to do that and support our employees as we work our way through this event.
70, right? How many people work at this plant?
In total at the plant there's 200. There were 70 in the facility at the time, but there's approximately 200 employees at the facility.
What about the water suppressing system? Was there any failure there that you have been able to determine at this point?
It's just way too early to know any of that.
I have a viewer question. So there were published comments by Chemtool workers stating that Lubrizol instituted poor materials handling practices to save costs after buying the Chemtool facility. Is that going to be investigated?
We'll investigate, you know, and cooperate with the investigation into the potential causes of the accident. What I can tell you is, you know, we have invested tens of millions in that facility since we purchased it in 2012. Much of that was around material handling, you know, warehouse racking, organization, cleanliness of the facility. So, you know, I can't address the specific allegations, but I can tell you, you know, we've, I think from our perspective, done in fact the opposite of that since we purchased the business.
Can you say spell your first and last name for us?
Sure, Bill Snyder, S-N-Y-D-E-R. Yeah, thanks. Okay, thanks very much.